what are speaker notes? Talk now. So the speaker will know what he wants to say. In case he forgets what to say, at least he can read what on the speaker notes. Because you're supposed to just put the most powerful point on your slide. Your slide should have very few points. When you look at the point, you then expand. You say what you want to say with your mouth. So if you want to do speaker notes, if you look at the bottom of is your slide open? If you look at the bottom of this, somewhere you can see click to add notes. Have you seen that? Yes. So click on it. In fact, apart from clicking, there is a tiny bar, very tiny bar. You can actually drag it up. You can drag it up so that your notes are. I'm going to drag my own up now. Then you can type. The only thing is that your notes only accept text. Yes, just text. You can't put tables, you can't put pictures, but it's supposed to be what you want to say with your mouth. So you can type that paragraph that you copied from, the place, ChatGPT. You paste it here, right? So that you know what you're going to say. Then you pick out the most important points and put those points where? On the slide. So this is how you put speaker notes. So put speaker notes on two or three slides. Maybe the second slide, which is introduction, or content, and then another slide. So sorry that the projector is not clear, but you can see I've typed some things here. So you can contain even up to 4 pages of text. But I'm not expecting to put up to 4 pages of text because say read all those 4 pages on one particular slide. So just what you want to say on this slide. I go to the next slide, I add some more speaker notes. So for you to see that the speaker notes don't appear during a slideshow, I need you to, if you look at the bottom, the status bar, you can see notes, outline. So once you hover, you don't need to hover your mouse. Once you place your mouse over that icon, it will tell you what the icon does. So you can hover your mouse. Let's start with slide sorter. Click on slide sorter view. What does it show you? Slide sorter, what does it show you? All the slides. Small thumbnails, right? It looks like small, as if you're looking at your pictures gallery. So that's what the slide sorter does. On the slide sorter view, you can move your slides around. Try to move the second slide to the first slide. Just hold it and grab. I have those 5 slides. I'm going to move my second one. So once can you see my moving? So move your slide. Move one slide to the other place. So that's how you can even move multiple slides. You can, if you want to select more than one slide, select the first slide, hold down the shift key, select the second slide. Now I've selected 2. Have you done that? Yes or no? Yes or no? Select more than one slide, then you can move it. Drag and then move. See, I've rearranged my slide. So the fastest way to rearrange your slide is to go to the slide sorter view. Assuming you prepared a presentation and you have another presentation you want to copy some slides from. Go to the second presentation, copy all the slides, dump it, then go to the slide sorter view and then move the slides around. That's the easiest way to rearrange your slides. You don't need to cut and paste or delete them. Just go to slide sorter view. So I'm going to move it back to where it belongs. The next view is the reading view. What the reading view does is similar to the slide sorter, is similar to the slideshow view. It just shows you your whole slide, so that you can view it. That's the reading view. You can move around with the arrow key. And then last but not the least, we have a slide show view. So click on slide show view. What do you see on your screen? Because you don't see it on my own screen. What do you see on your screen on the slide show view? Only the slide. That's the only thing you see. It shouldn't be. If you click on slideshow, you should see your slide on the right. The notes. Oh. So yours is different. I guess it's because I'm the one. I connected my system to a projector. Let me show you what I have. Can you see it? So this is the slide that is showing, right? For my audience. The next slide that will show is there. So that when you're talking, you know, your presentation is supposed to flow. It shouldn't be disjointed. And you know the next slide, you have to say something that will lead you to the next slide when you click next. And then, can you see click to add notes? I didn't put any notes in this first slide. So how do you navigate from one slide to the next? To remember, there are at least 3 ways. 1, space bar. 2, arrow key. 3, mouse. So now that I'm on the second slide, the notes I typed, even though they don't make sense, you can see it now. But I'm the only one that will see it. My audience will not see it. So that when I'm talking, I can talk my jargons confidently. You know, I told you, even if you're presenting rubbish, do it what? Confidently. So that they will just be clapping for you. But I trust you won't present jargons. So that's this is the slideshow view. Once in a while the slideshow is going on, you can actually hide the slide from showing. It's still, so it's blank. Maybe I want to discuss something, I don't want them to look at the slide while I'm discussing that thing. I just turn it off. But when I finish, I click again, there's a button there, and it shows again. And then, so right now, we've not added any animations. I told you to put at least 3 pictures on one slide, yes? Yes. Good. So let's start with that one. To end the slideshow, what do we use? Escape. So go to that slide that has 3 pictures. This is my own. I only have, this is a cake. Let me add one more. Let me add one more. So go to that slide that has 3 pictures. Arrange it in the order you want them to appear so that, you know, maybe this is the first, second, third. They can overlap, it doesn't matter. They can overlap, it doesn't matter. So yeah. Okay, this is the third picture. So if I do a slideshow right now, you can see all the pictures appear at the same time. So what we're going to do is we're going to make these pictures appear one after the other. So click on the very first picture you want to appear. Is my daughter's picture. Hey, don't do this to me. Should have charged it, don't mind. I will teach you the hard way now. Click on the first picture you want to appear, okay? Let's go to the animation tab. There's a tab called menu. Have you seen animation? There are 3 categories. You have, for now it is none. Select any one. Fading, flying, floating, whatever you want. Have you selected? Click on the second picture you want the picture you want to appear second, and apply another this is with animation. Click on the third one and apply animation. All mine are flying in. So let's do a slideshow so that you understand, you appreciate it. The only difference here is when I press the space bar, huh? What was happening? Hey, don't hang go. Okay, have you got your slideshow? And all of them are firing on themselves, right? So let's make it disappear. Animation. Go back to animation. So if you notice, all those pictures you have numbers written on them. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So the picture you want to, the first picture, the one that has 1 is the first one to appear. The one that has 2, second one to. What we want is when the first one is appearing, we want the second one to do what? Sorry. When the second one is appearing, we want the first one to disappear. So go back to that animation tab. I think the thing has finally given up on me. Okay. Even though you can go to the click on the first image, right? The one that has 1. Go to the animation tab. Besides, you can't even see anything. Beside here, you can see add animation. Can you see the button, the icon that says add animation? So if you just add another, if you just click on another animation, it will override the first one, but we can add another animation. So click on add animation. Yes, if you click on, yours is not responding, like my own. No, you have to click on the object. Click on the object here to respond. If you don't click on the object, it won't respond. So click on the object, click on add animation. How many categories do you have? Do you see? Entrance, emphasis, and what? Exit. So those are three main categories. Entrance is how it will appear. Emphasis is assuming you want to emphasize that particular image. What you do is you can make it, blow it up and shrink it. That's for emphasis. But if you want it to leave, that's exit. So the animation you want to add will be exit. So you can select anyone, either float out, disappear, select anyone. Have you added? It's not added. Did you click on add animation?
Yes, ma'am.
It should know to add. It will have 2 numbers. It will not have 1 and 4. Depending on how many pictures you have. What do you have? Tell me. 1 and 4 on that same image. 2 and 5. There, okay. 3 and 6. So that means 1 and 4 is for the same object. 2 and 5 for the same object, and then 3 and 6. Let me do some. My number 2. I add animation. Exit again. Disappear. The next thing we are going to do, beside add animation, you can see animation pane. Can you see that?
Yes, ma'am.
Beside add animation, there's another button that says animation pane. Click on it. If you click on it, somewhere here, so it will show you all the animations you've set. By the right, we're doing it the hard way. Have you seen it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Once you click on animation pane, it will bring out all the animation you have with their numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what do we want? We want number 4, which is when number 1 is exiting, right? We want it to appear at the same time as what? At number 2. Beautiful. So all you're not going to do is click on that 4, that one, click here with your mouse, drag it up and put it under 2. PowerPoint to renumber it to 3. Just drag it up, put it under 2. It will renumber it to 3. Have you seen that?
No, ma.
Don't worry, our next class is going to be on a Friday, 8 a.m. Hopefully there will be light and I will use a projector. Have you done that? Have number 4 up and release it. You haven't added another animation. You're supposed to add, you change the animation. You're supposed to add animation, add exit. Let me see.
Okay, ma.
That's why they're all red. Exit is red, entrance is green. White.
Ma.
So you haven't done anything. So where's the picture? There are manipulating. I think you asked me pictures on one slide. No. Two different pictures on one slide. So if you notice, sorry, our projector is there. If you notice, what's the color for entrance? Green. What's the color for exit? And emphasis is what? I think for that is gold. So what I expect you to do is, well, those of you at the back, sorry. What I expect you to do is, Add the first animation to the first image, right? Add the second. Who knows my office? I have a PowerPoint in the office. Let's see. But the PowerPoint, are you seeing the screen at all? So add the first. What I told you, what was the first thing I said? Add entrance to all the three images, right? So they will have 1, 2, 3. Then click on add animation, then add exit to the first and the second images. Those will now be 4 and 5. How many of you did that? Now the next thing is the third animation, which is very same, the first image. I said if you want, you go to animation pane, drag it up and put it under 2. So PowerPoint to change the number to what? 3. Yes or no? Now one last thing you're going to do is, right, there's a button by the left, a drop down. Click on that drop down. Click on the drop down. What do you see?
Start on click.
Number 3. Number 3 is the exit of the first image. When there's a drop down, a button by the left, yeah, right. If you click on that button, there's a drop down menu. What do you see?
Start on click. Start with previous. Start after previous.
So which one do you think you should select?
Start with previous.
Start with previous. So select start with previous. That means when the second one is appearing, this one should do what? Disappear. So select start with previous. Once you click on start with previous, it will change the number and merge it to the first one. Then do the same thing with the third one. Start with previous. Now let us do our slideshow. So that's the first image, it has appeared. If I click, you can see by the time the second was appearing, this first one disappeared. If I press again, so you can put as many images as you can on one slide, and you make them appear one after another. So when one is appearing, let me go back. So that's the first one, the second one, and then the third one. So that's how you can. How many of you got it? One. Oh, that's good. Only one person. You got it. That's good. I'm happy. Alright. Okay. So in the last class, we learned how to create slides. But we created this slide in class. We went through the home menu. The home menu has clipboard, slides, paragraph, and all that. And I taught you how to make use of Designer. Designer is when you're connected to the internet, it will try to look at the text you have and try and prefer some nice things that can be on the screen. Then under insert menu, we have new slide, insert table, insert screenshot. These are things that you use, can you go click on the last slide and add a new slide? Let's go to the last. I want you to put a slide. Sometimes you may be expected to draw an organogram. Okay? Sorry that the weather is what it is. You may be expected to draw an organogram or what we call a smart art. There's no point trying to draw it by using shapes and drawing your own. You can actually click on, let's go to the insert menu, for those of you using regular PowerPoint. The insert menu, you have new slides, table, pictures, you've used pictures already. You see shapes, icons, smart arts, charts. So let's try smart arts. So sometimes when you're making a presentation, you may need to draw some organogram or put something that have a sequence. Not just text. Sometimes text can be boring. So to make your presentation nicer, you can include some charts. If you click on Smart Art, there are several categories: list, process, cycle, hierarchy, and the rest. Relationship. And when you click on hierarchy, there are still so many. So let's try to create the organogram of this department. So select anyone, it gives you that. Once you click, you can add the text. The department is headed by hierarchy. Just select any of them. Select any of them and then try to insert the organogram of this department. So at the top, HOD, now is so do the hierarchy of put the HOD at the top. The HOD has a secretary. That's the person by the side. Then under the HOD you have that secretary by the left. Okay. You want anyhow you want. Secretary, academic staff, non-academic staff. You can add more boxes if you want. So that's how you want to use the organogram for. HOD. Teaching. Non-teaching. Technical. Notice that as you type the text, because if the text becomes bigger, it will shrink the font by itself.
Yes, ma'am.
It makes your life easy because if you have to use text boxes to do this, that means when you start typing, you have to keep increasing the font or shrinking the font to manipulate it. However, text boxes are actually very, very useful. For instance, if you draw if you've inserted an image and you need to label that image, what are you going to use to label it? Text boxes. You use text boxes and arrows, and text boxes are also under insert. So we're done with once you're done, just click outside and then it will remove all the remaining. Can we go to oh yes, you can duplicate a slide. I'm sure you know how to do that. Duplicate a slide. There are two ways to duplicate a slide. One way is in the slide sorter view. Click on a slide, hold down the control key, drag and drop. That's to duplicate. That's the fastest way. Alternatively, hold down the control key. You missed that part. Click on a slide, hold down the control key, drag and drop. It will just give you a duplicate. Another alternative is you right click and you say duplicate slide. That's also another method of doing it. So I did this because I want us to label. We need to label this. And I want us to label this picture. You want to label the picture because there are so many labels, The easiest thing to use is what? Text boxes. Text boxes are boxes that allow you to type text. And from the insert menu, you can see text box towards somewhere here, towards the right. So insert text box. and then you just draw it out, and I can type cake. Label, put at least 3 labels on one of your, so that slide that has images, duplicate that slide. Don't worry, you can still submit, even if it's your presentation, submit it like that. It shows you that you did what I did in class. It doesn't matter. Okay. Duplicate the slide that has images. Delete 2 extra pictures, because you know you have 3 pictures there.
Yeah.
Delete 2 of the pictures, and then one of those pictures are going to label it. Duplicate the slide that has 3 pictures, the one we use in learning appearing and disappearing. Duplicate it, go to that slide, delete 2 of the pictures. Then the last picture that is there, I want you to put 4 labels, 3 labels, using text boxes. Use 3 labels, 3 labels using text boxes. So when you put the text box, you know you then have to now draw an arrow to go from the text box to the portion that you actually labeled. Class rep.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, our class next week is on Friday, 8 a.m. You can get it's 10 to 10. Those that can make it, you can make it. You can't make it. I'm still going to teach online anyway. And the same thing I'm teaching here, I'm still going to teach online. So those that can make it, fine. Those that cannot make it, that's okay. We'll try and get the projector that is better than, so that we write. If there's no light, we can use upstairs. Please remind me. So have you deleted the picture?
Yes.
Have you added 3 labels? Did you draw an arrow? So when you put it, how would they know which point is cake? So after you draw the text box, right? You then go to insert. Under insert, you can see shapes. Can you see shapes?
Yes, ma'am.
Shapes. Click on shapes. When you click on shapes, you now have these different shapes. Arrow, 2-headed arrow. We just use an arrow, line, and then you draw it from the text to the what you're labeling. Now, if you feel the line, that what I've drawn now is not, you can't see it, right? You can't see the line. As the line is active, you can change the weight, make it bigger. Have you seen how to make it bigger?
Yes.
When that line is still active, it has 2 points. If you notice, a new menu will appear, which is shape format. So today we're doing PowerPoint. So next week we're moving to Microsoft Word. Oh yeah, perfect. Who has been able to label? How do we click on the one you want to use? When you click on it, then go down to the body, just draw it. Go down to your slide and just draw. Yeah, I don't know how to use it. Click on the shape, just use your mouse and draw. Who has been able to? told us earlier. You can actually change the color of the line, you can change the width, you can change whatever you want to do about the shape you have drawn. And when you're through with that, just click outside and then the shape menu goes. Let's insert another new slide. I don't know if any of you know what is called word art. Word art. Yeah, word art is available in Microsoft Word, it's available in PowerPoint. You can use word art to draw several things. So insert a new slide and change the slide. You don't have to change the slide structure. You know, once you set a new slide, it gives you slide with content, right? Always. But there are times you just want the slide title, nothing else, because you want to put your own thing on it. So how you manipulate that is once you insert a new slide, it will naturally give you click to add slide, click to add text. Go back to the home menu, right? Beside, in the group that is called slide, at the top right, there's a drop down, click on it, you see slide title, title and content, title only, blank. Have you seen that? So you can just select title only. So once you select title only, it will remove the content for you. And all you have is just the title. So now, on that particular slide, let's go to insert menu. Under text, you know we use text box. Header and footer, you can figure that out. Can you see word art? I don't know if any of you have word art. Word art. So click on word art. So word art allows you word art. It allows you to draw some fancy text. Don't worry. It allows you to draw some fancy text. So select the style you want. This is what you can use to design small certificates for people. If someone tells you design a certificate for me, you can use this word art and some other things. So select the style you want, anyone. It says here, type your text. Have you seen it? Yes. So let's type, what should we type? Certificate of attendance. Certificate of attendance. In that case, I don't even need this title. So word art also works in Microsoft Word. Have you finished typing certificate of attendance? Yes or no? Yes. Now let's certificate. We inserted word art. How many of us did that? Word art. And inside the word art, what did we type? Certificate of attendance. So I want to put it at the top and I want you to do what? Curve. So drag it up to the top. Drag it up. And then one of those menus, let me do for them. No, it can't be plain. Okay, the very last one. You can see shadow, reflection, glow. Sorry, let me just keep apologizing. They were learning this thing the hard way. So, when you click on that certificate of attendance, right, you should have shape formats. Yeah. Another menu. Format. Somewhere in that shape format, you see word art style. Have you seen the group?
Ma, is it shape field? Shape art like shape?
Can you see the word art style? That group. In that group, you have three at the right. The one I'm looking for is the one that says text effects. Cover your mouse and see the one that has text effects. Mine is the last one. Text effects. They're not shape format. That's it. Like you are not on shape format. Shape format. You have to think shape format menu. In the shape format menu, you should see a group called. Yeah, you see it. Shape format. Look on the menu, the ribbon. You will see one of the group that is called one art style. That's it. And the last one. So what does that mean? Yeah, so click on it. You see different effects. You can add different effects. You can have whatever you can have. So with this, you can actually design small certificates for people. You can design that is using PowerPoint. There are certain things because PowerPoint is actually a small graphic application. So let me add. It's not just text effect. You can add glow. You can even change the color of the glow. Make it beveled, 3D rotation, transform it. So that's it. So these are the things you can do using word art. Questions? You're doing a lot of work. Any questions? So how many of us got the word art? Good. That's very easy. I like that. I'm happy. Any question? Okay, you got the word art, right? So you can add as many as you want on a slide. It doesn't matter. It helps you to beautify things. Then another thing under insert. Let me see. So we're going to do symbols and the rest in Microsoft Word. You use it more in Microsoft Word, not here. You can insert video in a slide. You can insert pictures. You already know how to do that. And design. Okay, hello. How many of you played your slideshow? The one that pictures were appearing and disappearing, yes? Yes, go ahead. It's on insert. From insert. So from insert you can see media. The very last. You can see media have video, audio, screen recording. So you can add sound to it. Only when I start. recording, yes. So what it means is that you can prepare your PowerPoint slide and be talking. In fact, you can be presenting and be recording it. When you finish, to save it as a video for you. That's like a tutorial. Yeah, so when you save it, you save it as if it's a video with your voice recorded. But that is different from adding sound. Adding sound is on a slide, you want to add a sound. Maybe some people at the end of their slide, they'll just add people clapping. So when you say, if you add sound, it will take you to your system to select the sound you want to add. It will embed it into the slide. Is that, yeah, you can do that. Yeah, so it means that you have to add the sound from the beginning on the very first slide, and then set it in such a way that the sound will continue playing, it will stop, even when you change to the next slide. And the sound should continue playing until it stops. And then it means what you're going to do is, so there's something called rehearse timing. I mentioned rehearse timing in the last class. I said that there are two ways to present make a presentation, right? You can use rehearse timing or you can be in control. Rehearse timing is, I want to rehearse my presentation, and once I click on slide show, I start rehearsing the timing. What PowerPoint will do is, okay, let's just try it. Let's go to slideshow. We're still heading there. Let's go to slideshow. Click on slideshow. Go to the very beginning of your slide. The very first slide. Go to the very first slide. Are we there? Go to the slideshow menu. Have you seen that? So what we're talking about, there are so many things we can do from this slideshow. One is start slideshow from the beginning, from current slide, custom slideshow, that's on one side. We can rehearse with coach, I've never done that. Set up slideshow, hide slide. Can you see rehearse timing?
Yes, ma'am.
And record, and then record. The one you're talking about is record. So let's click on rehearse timing. Once you click on rehearse timing, automatically PowerPoint will start a slideshow for you. Have you noticed it?
Yes, ma'am.
But look at that slideshow, look at the top left. What do you see?
A time recording.
Yeah, there are actually two timers. One is saying 70. Well, for now, they're saying the same thing, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So what is doing is recording how many. So you just start talking as if you're presenting to a class. It will record your voice, by the way. So as you're talking, when you move to the next slide, click to move to the next slide. What do you notice? The first timer has reset to 0, right?
Yes, ma'am.
The second one is still continuing.
Yes.
So you keep presenting, talking. The advantage of this is if you're given 10 minutes to present, right? You can click on rehearse timing and then start talking. As you're talking, when you finish, you press your space bar and you continue talking. As you're talking, PowerPoint is actually storing the time you're using on each slide. For now, I've spent 1 minute, 5 seconds. I press again, introduction. So for introduction, we're going to talk about the cause and effect of eating too much food. And then on this slide, we have a young girl that is smiling. And after that, we have a plate of food that she must be smiling at. And then next, we have probably her birthday cake. And so I duplicated the slide because I was teaching students how to duplicate slides. And that, and that. And here, what did we learn here? How to draw an organogram. Here we learned what? How to use word art to create some nice. So word art is also useful in Microsoft Word. And then that's the end of my slide. What did PowerPoint say? I hope you did the same thing. PowerPoint, what did he say? The total slide times for me is 1 minute, 53 seconds. Do you want to say this new slide timing? Or do I say yes? No, say yes. So once we say yes, next time I want to do a slideshow, I just click on from beginning. And I don't need to touch my laptop. The slide would continue. We spent a lot of time on the first thing. So the slide will just continue moving by itself. As you're talking, when it's time for it to change, it will change to the next slide. There's an advantage to it and there's a disadvantage. What's the advantage? Tell me. To save time, yeah?
Enable you to be conscious of.
No, you don't need to tell somebody. Next slide. Or that next slide. You don't need to say next. No. When it is time, the slide will change by itself. You know? So that's the advantage. But what's the disadvantage? You're not time conscious or you forget exactly. You can go faster than you. And then maybe if not finish saying what you want to say, the slide is just going on your own. And you're still wearing that. Yes? Yeah, that one is not rehearsal. That one is also manual. So this one is automatic. Once you rehearse timing, I'm not touching my laptop. The slide will continue until we get to the end. By the time it is 1 minute, 53 seconds, it would have gone to the end of the slide without me touching anything. But if you have that slide presenter, that one is awesome. So that one is, you attach the transmitter to the laptop, and then you hold the receiver to the laptop, and you hold the transmitter. So when you finish talking, nobody will even know it looks like a pen. I used to have it. I borrowed some students to use and think that by the time they came with something, they just killed it. So that one, when you talk, you just press it to move by itself. Sometimes it has a pointer, laser pointer that you can point. So that's it. So that's the difference between rehearsing timing and doing it the manual way. So it has finished. I didn't need to touch. Yes, question.
Can you pause maybe when it's too fast?
I don't think you can pause it. I don't think you can pause it because it just keeps moving on its own. But you can remove the timing. Yeah, you can remove the timing. If you're done, if you don't need the timing, you just go to rehearse timing. No. We can, okay, here there's a box that says use timing. Once you uncheck that box, to not use the timing, you cannot use your own time. And I think that is it. So what you are saying is on the record. When you have finished recording, you can see a button that says export to video. You can do that. It's allowed. Questions? Okay, after her.
So if after for this English pen, I said after you had your animation,
Yeah.
then I want to do my edits.
Yeah, but you've only added one. You need to add to all three. No. Before you can. So anytime you want to use two animations, the first thing is put your first animation, which is entrance. After you put the entrance, which will be in green for the three images. That's the first thing you do, how they will come in. After you've done the entrance for the three images, that's when you now go to add animation to now add the exit for the three images. You can even add three, but the only thing is one will be entrance, one will be emphasis, one will be exit. So you can ask an image to appear, grow big and shrink, and then disappear. But you can't add two entrances to the same object. So you can't put, you have to be in three different categories: entrance, emphasis, and exit. Yes? When? how is this right? So he's asking what is the difference between Microsoft Word and PowerPoint. So PowerPoint is a graphic application. You can, what you have are slides, right? You can add slides. You can arrange images, several images on one slide. It's basically used for presentation. You're not expected to put a lot of text in PowerPoint. That's why it's called PowerPoint. Microsoft Word is for text, manipulating text. You need to type your project, write a proposal. It's Microsoft Word you're going to use. That's the next thing we're going to do. So yes, because they are made by the same company, they have similar menus, but the menus don't have exactly the same thing. So all of them will always have the home menu. They may have the insert menu, they will also have help, but then the menus are different for each of them, but they always have home. But even in that home, they don't have exactly the same thing. So they're similar because they are by the same, is made by Microsoft. Then Excel is for manipulating data, all kinds of data, except images, text, numbers, Yeah, you can create databases, but to do databases in Excel is not as good as if you have to use Microsoft Access. Access is the one for relational databases, but you can mimic how to run queries in Microsoft Excel. Each time permits, I'll teach you how to do that. If you just have a short table that you want to extract data from, you can run queries in Microsoft Excel without moving it to Access. Access will make it easier for you anyway, but you can still achieve that in Excel. So any more questions in PowerPoint?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes?
Thank you.
So you've done that part, right? So you want to do this and then just change so can you it's about 50 times a week. First for the exit, then for the exit. Then the one you want to disappear when the second disappear, you move the exit to announce it start with previous, so that when the second image disappears, that person is exit. Questions? Yeah? Okay, so the very first slide, you have the information, what your title, the title of your presentation. Like I told you that if it is just three topics, like me, I will just the course and the course category, and maybe the topic for the day. When it is you're presenting your proposal, you have the title of your project, your name and matric number, the name and the name of your supervisor. So it's always the title page. And that's why the title page has just two sections. Okay? If you go to the title page, it has just two sections. It will give you a bold section for you to write the title of your presentation. Then under, you now write all the other information. You must be on the title page. That's the very first slide. Questions? Any more questions? Sorry, you're moving around.
No problem.
Any more questions on Microsoft PowerPoint? Yeah? Yeah? How much time is it? What about the timing? Okay, how is going to fly in? You are too fast. Oh, you can reduce it. You can reduce it. So if you want to reduce, so hello. Let me go to. Let me remove this one. So let me see. Slideshow. Okay, finish too fast, right? If you want to slow it down, all you need to do is that animation pane, that side where you have animation pane. You know there's an arrow, a drop down by the right. Click on that drop down. Where you have start on click, start after previous. The very last one is what? But you can see timing. Can you see timing? Click on timing to then bring out on click how many seconds you want. You can see it's very fast. You can change it to what? 1 second, slow, 3 seconds, very slow, 5 seconds. You can even repeat, put it on rewind when done playing, and then okay. So now it's now crawling in. So because I put it on rewind, when you finish it, so that's how to slow it down. Then another one is, let's say we use let me change the effect. Sorry, the animation. Instead of flying in, let me change it to split. Okay? So each animation has different things you can do. The one of split, you can actually change instead of this splitting. So this is how you're going to, instead of it coming from the side, you can ask it to come from the edge, you can actually change how it's going to split. It's in the same place, you click on that arrow, you can see effect options. What's the direction? Mine says vertical. I can change it to horizontal out, vertical out. So each one is different. Even if I use there's another option. Yeah.
My film that is set.
No, it's animation. After the animation you choose, the effect you can add to it is different. Right now I chose shape. So this is what it will be like. Coming from out in. I can also ask it to go from in out. Depends on what you want. On that animation pane, click on that arrow. Effects options. What's the direction? In or out? It's supposed to be out. Okay. So you can change. So each of those animations have their own effect option. So when you choose an animation, no. You have to click on something that has animation. You did now. Yeah. So this one, this is multiple. Okay, this is multiple. As mean you choose enough like shape. So you can ask it to come from out in or from this out. Any more questions? You need to move to Microsoft Word. Yes. Yeah, just for you to know that you can actually put time. Most times, I prefer to be in control so that my slide will not be going faster than me. But the advantage of rehearsal timing is when you get, the very time you have just 10 minutes to talk. So it allows you to see maybe the slide you wasted too much time on, and then you can actually finish my presentation in 10 minutes and how to structure yourself. So that's why the rehearsal timing. Okay, if there is no other question, review. I already told you you can do spell check. View, there are different views in Microsoft PowerPoint. You have the normal view, outline view, slide sorter. I've already explained all that. Yes, if assuming you want to prepare a particular presentation and you want an image to appear at the top of every page, sorry, every slide, you have to go to your slide master and add that image to the slide master. So that once you click new slide, PowerPoint automatically put that image for you. So I'll leave you to try that out. It's under view, you will see slide master. If you alter the slide master, it will alter how your slides appear. So that's it for Microsoft Word. Save your work. And then let's open Microsoft. Sorry, that's for Microsoft PowerPoint. Let's open Microsoft Word. Close PowerPoint, open Microsoft Word. As usual, just like I told you in PowerPoint, at the backdrop of Microsoft Word, you have some templates, right? You can select from letters, application letter, and all that. But most often than not, we always use what? The blank one. Hello? Are you tired? Me that have been talking since. Click on blank. Click on blank document. So a Microsoft Word file is called a document. Microsoft Word file is called a document. When you open your Microsoft blank document, what do you see? You see the word. When you open your Microsoft Word file, that's the document, what do you see?
A blank.
Nothing.
A blank sheet.
It's just blank.
It's menu. It's menu.
Okay. So there's a character. Can you see my own Microsoft Word? Can you see a character on my screen?
Yes.
I've never seen this character before. Have you? So this character is called the paragraph mark. You can't find it. I'm coming. Let me make it big for those of you at the back. And this is it now. So this is called a paragraph mask. If I open Microsoft Word and this paragraph mark is not on, I feel as if something is wrong with the Microsoft Word. What this paragraph mark does is that, hello, it shows you all the non-printing characters. Non-printing, characters that don't print. If I press my space bar, have you seen the space? It looks like a dot. It's different from a full stop. This is a full stop. Full stop is at the bottom. Space bar is at the top. If I tap, what does that paragraph look like? An arrow. If I press enter, of course, it will give me another one. That's what I call the paragraph arrow. Tap. Tap, you have an arrow. So how do you activate these characters? If you look on your screen, paragraph, style, editing, acrobat, voice, editor. In the group for paragraph, you see that paragraph mark. Have you seen it there? Click on it. Paragraph mark. It looks like number 9. Just click on it. Once you click on it, your paragraph mark will appear. So text. I can ask you to generate some text. Let's generate some text. I want you to type on a blank paragraph. I want you to type equals on a blank paragraph equals rand, R-A-N-D, open brackets, 7, put any number you want. 7,5. On a blank paragraph, type equals rand, open brackets, put one figure, another figure. I can put 13,5, anything. Let me change it to 13. Are you done? After you close the bracket, press enter. What do you notice? There's some text for you. The text actually makes sense. So Microsoft Word will generate some text for you. As we are an example and say generate text, blah blah blah. That's the fastest way to generate text. And the text actually makes sense. Okay. So when I'm going to teach you, I'm going to teach you Microsoft Word as if we're writing your project. That's how I'm going to teach you Microsoft Word. So that when you eventually need to do your when you eventually need to do your project, you know what to do. In Microsoft Word, you can arrange your text, you can insert references, you can insert table of contents, list of figures, list of images. So I said I'm going to teach you Microsoft Word as if you're preparing your project. Your write-up. Hello? Hi. Just hang there. We are supposed to. So you know in the past, when people do their projects, the first pages that are supposed to be Roman numerals, they put it as one document, right? Second page is the main document that is 1, 2, 3, is a separate document. Then when they finish, they'll first press the second one. Now start the page numbers. No. In Microsoft Word, you can generate your table of contents, list of figures, list of tables, any list you want to generate. Your references, footnotes. footnotes, everything, all in one word document. You can have a page inside between two content pages. You're going to learn all that. And how to structure your data, insert your table, how to use tables. But if I have to teach you tables, I can actually teach you tables for 4 hours. And we've not finished learning everything about tables. So I need to rush that area. So let's start. You've generated some text. This is our project, right? So I want us to generate, every paragraph must have what?
Page title.
Paragraph, no, not page title. Paragraph you have the what? The title. Right? We haven't added our title page. Oh yes, by the way, there are two ways to have, there are two types of page break. Hello. There are two types of page break in Microsoft Word. We have the automatic page break. That means once the text is full, naturally it goes to the what? The next page. Page to cut halfway. What do? You enter, and enter it into that next page. Then when something adds on top, you go back and start doing what? Delete. So assuming you want something to start on a new page. Let's say for instance, after the paragraph, you want the second paragraph to start on a new page. Go to the beginning of the second paragraph, hold down the control key and press enter. Hold down the control key and press enter. What do you see?
New page.
And then go to the previous page. You see something written there.
Break. Page break.
Page break. So that's a manual page break. So that's a manual page break. What that means is, no matter what you do, that paragraph always starts on a new page. No matter what you do. Okay, plug your stuff, plug it. Once you backspace, remove the paragraph. Backspace. So what we're going to do for this class, we're going to put hello. Let's go to the beginning of our document, the very beginning. Where is that microphone?
Bluetooth mode. Connected.
So let's go to the beginning of our page, of our document. Let it play music for us. Wait and let us finish. So go to the beginning of your document, that's the very first paragraph. I hope you put your paragraph mark on. Your paragraph mark on. Wait, you can see that letter 9. Go to the beginning, press Ctrl Enter. So that we have a blank page as the first page. Okay? Now let's go back to that first page and give it a title. Imagine what the title of the project is going to be and type it. The development of CSC272 lecture notes. So that's the title of my project, and it is by Nancy Woods. My matric number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we're done with the title page. I don't know if you are aware, I want to assume you don't have to do alignment. Alignment can be what? Left, right, up. There's a many of alignment, but you don't do. Yes, there is. The text can be left, right, center, or what? Justify. Justify is for your paragraphs. Left is for the title of the paragraphs. Then center is for the title of the chapters. Okay? And also your title page. So on this title page, I'm going to select everything I've typed. And I click on center. I believe you know how to do that. Good. And I also make it bold. Also. So now let's go to the second page and we'll type chapter 1. Chapter 1. What's the title of chapter 1 usually? Introduction. 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 Then you press header. And the very first paragraph. So when it comes to labeling your paragraphs, as usual, there are two ways to do it. You can do it manually or automatically. If you have the patience to do it automatically, you can, but that is more technical. That means you have to divide, each chapter will have to be a section of its own. You say add the section number and then start the paragraph number. Alternatively, you type the paragraph numbers yourself, so that you can change it as you like. So I prefer to type mine. So I'm going to type 1.0. When you tap, you see the arrow. That's the tab character. And I'm going to use the first two words in that paragraph to be the title of the paragraph. So what are the first two words? Mine is video. Video provides. Okay? I don't need to do it out. By the time we apply, and we can do that. Let's scroll down to the next paragraph. We call it 1.2. So 1.1. Tab. What's the title? Click. Insert. Let me just do a third one. Do a third one. 1.2. I'll call that to make. You can use any title actually. Have you labeled three paragraphs? Have you? I'm telling you beforehand, have you labeled 3 paragraphs? Great. So now, what I'm supposed to teach you last, I'll teach you first so that you can appreciate what Microsoft Word can do. So now go back to the very first paragraph you labeled, which is 1.0. Highlight it. Highlight it. Have you highlighted it? After highlighting, on that home tab, home menu for Microsoft Word, you can see we have different groups. You have the keyboard, font. I'm not going to talk about fonts. You don't have to use fonts. We have paragraphs. I'll mention some things about paragraphs. After paragraph, styles, what do you have? You don't have styles? You have styles. Styles. So what I need you to do is, when you highlighted that paragraph like I have, click on styles. Click on styles. You have a drop down. Can you see? Sorry, before we do that, sorry. Let's go to our chapter heading. That's chapter 1 introduction. Let's do that first. Chapter 1 introduction. Highlight it. Go to styles. On the drop down, can you see heading 1, heading 2, heading 3? Yes or no? So click on heading 1. That's for chapter 1. Click on heading 1. When you click on heading 1, it's going to change the format slightly. And it may put 2 dots by the side. That's also a non-printing character. But this is not the style we want, right? We now go back to styles again. And we say, we right click on that heading. Right click on that heading 1 and click on modify. But you're not listening. I said, click on chapter 1 and introduction. Highlight the 2. Highlight the paragraph. That's chapter 1 introduction. Go to styles. Go to styles. Assign heading 1 to that. Assign heading 1. Some people are not doing it, and I say they are lost. Assign heading 1 to chapter 1 introduction. Have you done that? Assign heading 1, you should have, yes, you should have, it will change the formatting slightly. And to put some 2 dots by the left. Now, yes, style is on the home page. That paragraph you see styles. It's on the home page. Have you seen it? Go. Ah, this people are still very correct. Yeah, that's it. Now that's it. Everyone. You're not on styles. Have you seen it? If you look at the styles. But now it's showing normal. By default, every paragraph has a style called normal. By default. But you can change it from normal to anything else. So I said you change it to heading 1. After you change it to heading 1, now right click on that heading 1 in the styles. Right click on it and click on modify. Right click and then you see a drop down menu, modify. Have you seen that? Are we still lost? Good. When you click on modify, what do you see? There's a pop-up menu. So format it to the style you want. This one is freehand. Format it to the one. You can change the color, change the font, make it bigger, centralize it. But there's one thing you must do. Click on at the bottom, you see automatically updates. Click on check that box, automatically updates. So change it to anything you want. I'm going to change mine to red. I'm going to change mine to red. That's the font color to red. Make it, by the way, it's supposed to be center. Because it's the chapter title. I change the style. I like ambient. Maybe bold. Okay. Line spacing. Make sure you check that box that says automatically updates. And then okay. So I'm done with mine. Have you done the laptop as?
It's like
Sorry. How can I? You don't usually heading 1. The first paragraph, that's 1.0, will be heading 2. That 1.1.1, that will be heading what?
Heading 3.
Heading 3. 1.1.1.1, that will be heading what? 4. Good. So now let's do the same thing we did. That's the paragraph heading, which is 1.0 video profile. Highlight it. Go to styles. And assign heading 2 to it. Heading 2. The paragraph title that is 1.0, whatever the title is, highlight the whole paragraph, go to style and assign heading 2. After you assign heading 2, just like we did, modify heading 2, right click and modify heading 2. But you can always change it to the preset heading 2. I want mine to be blue or green. No. Okay, maybe purple. Make it bold. Don't forget to click automatically updates and then okay. After this, I will go. This is the last thing I'm teaching. So now let's go to scroll down to 1.1, right click, highlight the paragraph, go to styles and assign it. That's all you need to do. Once you assign it, you have to apply the style you've given it. Scroll down again to the next paragraph heading. Highlight the paragraph, assign the style heading 2. Are we done? Now let us generate the table of contents of what we have done so far. To generate table of content, once you have assigned headings, even if you have under 1.1, have 1.1.1, you know how you structure it. Assign heading 3 to that. So let's go back to the beginning of our document. Go to the beginning. After our chapter title, Control Enter, because it should go to the page. Control Enter. Okay. Let's call that table of contents. Table of contents. Table of contents is supposed to appear in table of contents. So assign a style to it. And that will be heading what? You can get. Heading what? 1. Beautiful. So you assign heading 1 to it. Styles heading 1. Now let's not. So insert. I always like to insert paragraph and I'll put my table of contents in the middle one. Hello. Have you typed your table of contents? Since you type table of content, type it and assign heading 1 to it. Then after typing it, press enter 3 times. That means I want to see 3 blank paragraphs. Go to the middle paragraph and then let's go to the menu called references. The menu called references. You should have a menu called references. Have you seen it? You go to the menu called references. The leftmost one should be table of contents. Have you seen that? Yes or no? Can you see that? So click on table of contents. You see a drop down. Go to custom table of contents to give you a pop-up window, pop-up menu. You can now, the essence of coming here, you can change the style, how your table of contents will appear. At the bottom, you can see formats from template. If you change it to classic, you change how it will appear. If you change it to fancy, I always use formal, and then click OK, and that's all. Your table of content is generated for you, just like that. Thank you. We'll meet again next. On Friday.